then? I almost don't want to know.
I'm not going to be that entertaining. I'm sorry. I
asked David this question, but I want to get your take on
like
this
your hair.
also. Thank you so much. So Scully has changed so much since season 1. If you could give season 1 Scully some advice, what would it be?
Right.
Lighten up. Maybe relax, chickie. Just nothing is that important to get your knickers in a twist about.
Not
As they
avoid
say
the X-Files at all costs.
Do you feel like she has lightened up a bit though, like with the Grand Theft Dog in season 10?
The Grand Theft Dog? What?
Yeah, she walked out with that Dagu, the puppy.
Yeah,
she
Dagu. Yes.
snuck off with
I think
the dog.
she's. I think they're. I think she's more relaxed than she used to be potentially. I think.
You think Mulder has been part of the impetus for that, or do you think she's just learned to grow?
I think it's something that maybe happens with age in general, and I think maybe because they were off the X-Files for a while and she got to take some time off, maybe she's has just relaxed her grip on things a little bit, maybe.
I noticed that she kind of grew into her sexuality a bit.
Did she?
And was using that in sort of a fun way with
Well,
maybe in the fantasy scene, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
yeah.
that was a fantasy scene. That wasn't
even
real.
So, but it was still. She was even after that. She was still doing it a little bit.
She was?
Yeah.
Like in what scene? What do you mean?
The X-Files, right?
She's just stronger. You can tell even in your doctor scenes. Inside the hospital.
Right.
She's just.
Well, he had. I mean,
stronger-
Chris wrote a guy hitting on her but that had nothing to do with her. I mean, that wasn't her fault.
No, but not
No,
fault.
sorry.
It's how she
No.
handles herself in
Right.
reaction to
Yeah.
all of the stimulus.
Okay. Is more sexual? I'm sorry.
Let's talk about
She got it better.
Sexuality.
Chris
Okay.
Carter talked about the fact that we're going to see one of the things that fans love is sort of unexpected humor.
Yeah.
Throughout the season.
Yeah.
What are some of the
Well,
things?
not unexpected. I mean, our shows have always been, from the very beginning, from the very first season, we've had episodes that are comedic episodes. And so I think that is something that the fans do expect and look forward to. We certainly look forward to them.
So can you talk a little bit about, I know you can't give away spoilers, but anything in terms of how is any of the humor different this time around? Or would you say that some of will there be a completely, just left turn somewhere or right turn?
Well, whenever you have a Darren Morgan episode, there's a pretty sharp left turn that happens, and so we've definitely got one of those, and it's funny. I don't think the humor is different. It feels like it all fits within the realm of what's expected of us, and that we've always done. I'm not sure that would be allowed. I don't think it would get as far as the shooting script if it was completely uncharacteristic.
Last season ended on a pretty epic cliffhanger. Were you aware of what was going to happen next, or
No.
when did you first find out? Is
When
it when
I
you
read the script.
And what went through your mind when you read the script?
What the fuck?
What can fans look forward to with the sort of? Chris has said that it's approached very quickly.
It is approached immediately. Yeah.
And what can fans expect, or can you tease anything about that, or?
Well, I mean, the human race still exists. Mulder and Scully are still alive. We're still working on the X-Files. I'm still immortal.
Excellent.
How we get there is the question mark that I can't answer.
Chris also said that William plays more of a story in this season. How excited are you about that?
Very excited. It was nice to meet our son, the actor playing our son, and So he does show up. We're actually working on that episode right now, and I don't know where it goes from here. I haven't read those scripts, so I don't know to what degree we interact with him beyond this. But it's nice to have a face. You know, it's nice to have a face to our child that we talk a lot about.
You say you spoke a lot about needing to add more women writers and directors to the show, and that has happened somewhat this year. How do you think that affects the stories that are told and how Scully is portrayed?
I mean, the fact is that Scully was created by a man, and I would say that Chris did right by women in creating Scully, and so I don't necessarily know how. I haven't read one of those scripts yet. The first 6 are male writers, so I don't know how that will translate in terms of Scully. But I'm interested in what it would be like to have those other voices as, pitching into our storyline.
Chris and David and Mitch too talked a little bit about the real world and how it's affected the show, the sort of swapping of conspiracy theories with science and fake news and all this. From your character standpoint, from your standpoint too, how has that affected the character in the show and just the way you approached it?
I don't really know if it has. I mean, it's a
the sort of disavowal of science.
Yeah, but also, it's hard to parody a parody, and so there's not, there's not much that we can do, I think, that hasn't already been. I mean, all bets are off at the minute. So on the one hand, that's exciting, but on the other hand, it's tedious, I think, and I think it's an interesting challenge for the writers to create something that is poignant and is something to say that is, doesn't have to be derivative of so it's I think it's a
challenge for them more than you.
I think it's a challenge for them more than you. Yeah.
You've been very open in the past about there were times when you didn't necessarily enjoy working on X-Files. How has the experience this new season? I mean, you had a bit last year, obviously, but are you enjoying it? What's it feel like to be back?
I think the challenge of doing it before was that we were trying to do 24 in a year, but a show that is predominantly led by 2 characters, that's pretty intense. I certainly couldn't do that today. And so, this is nothing compared to that. And also, I think that, there have been a couple of deaths recently, production deaths, and I think that production is much more mindful of the hours that are being worked by the crew, and that has an impact on everybody. It has an impact on everybody's experience of work, especially when you travel a lot for location and stuff like that. So it feels like a kinder, gentler version of what we used to do, and so that in and of itself feels more manageable. And I think we're just, we're appreciative and having fun, and enjoying each other, and not taking it too seriously, but hopefully taking it seriously enough that we're doing good work, and hopefully the fans will feel rewarded.
Do you still get a thrill when a new script lands?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I mean, because they're all so completely different. They're all very, very different, and so that's fun to work on something that is unpredictable.
Is there an aspect of Scully's personality you really enjoy playing?
There is, but I don't know actually what to call it. I don't know what that element of her, that the eye roll element of her.
Yes.
What is that called? I mean, it's not.
want me to be nice or not?
I think it's
not
sort of the no
11.
bullshit. Like she just
Yeah.
doesn't put up
Yeah.
with.
Is there a single word that describes her?
No nonsense, hyphenated.
I mean, Stella's also in the series I did called The Fall. She's definitely no nonsense. It's not that. There's a. I don't know. There's some whatever that is.
Right. If there was a way to
enjoy.
see the two of them together, like
Yeah.
yes, I would watch that
Yeah.
for weeks.
Do you find you're still discovering things about the Scully character, learning new things beyond what's written on the page for you?
I mean, I think one of the things that has been interesting to figure out is how how a person ages, how a person. It's one thing to do that in a condensed scenario where you play a character who then it's like a biopic and you're suddenly going through hair and makeup and you're 20 years older or something. But to play. It feels different somehow in terms of imbuing elements of, because I don't look a lot like, I don't look a lot like I looked back then. You know, my facial features are different. My face is much narrower, and obviously I've aged, and so figuring out what elements of her personality are appropriate in a mature woman without it's been an interesting question to answer, and so.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.